Okay, these are the wedding interview questions. First one is, how did you and Marcus meet? We met at the rock climbing gym through some mutual friends. I had met his other friends just a couple months before, and then they ended up bringing Marcus along. So the first time I ever saw him was through somebody I'd already known for a few months, and then they brought him. What did you first notice about Marcus? I would say I, in the very beginning, noticed how handsome he was. And also, I just remember thinking that he was a very, very interesting person. Everything I asked him about, he loved doing. Guitar and rock climbing, being outdoorsy, this and that, and all of the things. It was like, wow, I've put a lot of effort into having a lot of hobbies and interests, and so does he. And I remember being like, wow, I could talk to him for hours. What was your first date and how did it go? Our first date, I asked him on, and we went rock climbing on a double date that my other friend had set up. Actually funny because it was their third date, and then they ended up getting married, and now we're getting married, so it was perfect. But we went outdoor rock climbing. It was in July, and it was fun. The double date part wasn't the most fun, but it was afterward. The other couple had to leave early, and I said, hey, I have a slackline in my car. Do you want to just set it up? We're already here at the park. So we set the slackline up, and we sat and slacklined and talked for hours. And it was just like when I met him. I was like, wow, I could genuinely talk to him about anything for hours. So, went really well. Oh, tell the story of your first kiss. Our first kiss happened when he invited me over to his house one night. No! Our first kiss happened, he had asked me to go get sushi with him on a date. We went and got sushi, he knew I loved it, and then we went back to his house. And he wanted to play guitar for me, I think. I don't know if there were any other real plans, but we went back to his place, and none of his roommates were home, and he had to let the dogs out to go to the bathroom outside in the backyard, and he stayed out there for a minute, and I knew that I knew it was gonna happen. And so I go looking for him, and I'm like, are you coming back in? And I go outside, and he goes, oh, look at the moon. So I walked over to him, and he was just talking about the moon, and then he asked me if he could give me a kiss. And I said yes, and he kissed me. In the moonlight, in the backyard. Who said I love you first? That was him. On our 1 month anniversary, he took me on a drive up into the mountains. It was end of September, and we went up and we found this little field up in the mountains randomly, and it was sunset, and it was so pretty, and it's just so nice. The perfect weather, perfect time of day, and we were just taking photos and kind of walking in the field and holding hands, and he just stopped me, and he said, I have to tell you something. And he said, I love you. And I said it back. What do you like most about your fiancé? There's so many things about him that I love. I would say one of the things that I appreciate the most, that I think balances me out really well, is that he is so level-headed about anything. You can put him in any situation, he will get frustrated, he has emotions, but he is so clear-headed and level-headed. Even in tough situations, even when he's stressed or nervous or whatever, he's always willing to just work it out. He'll find a way. And I just think that that is a good compliment to me when I tend to be really not level-headed. I can be pretty scatterbrained or stressed, and he calms me down, and I love it. Okay, what is different about your fiance compared to other people that you have known or dated? Why did you choose them? So many things. I think one of the biggest things initially that drew me to him, that felt like such a difference from every guy that I had ever talked to, was how respectful he was. Truly, to his core, Marcus is a good-hearted, respectful person. And that's something that I haven't found in a lot of men. And that was something that really stood out from the very beginning. Just so unbelievably respectful and kind. I also think that he is so, like I said before, clear-headed, level-headed, but he also is so ambitious. Marcus wants everything out of life. He wants the best life ever, the best relationship ever. He wants, to earn a lot of money and advance in his career and do all these things, accomplish so much, and have the best physical health, and he's willing to work for it. And so I think that, you also don't see that a lot in many other people. So I think that all of those things just stand out. A good person, that ambitious, is hard to find. And I love it. If you had to choose one word to describe him, what would it be? I think I'm gonna say steady. I don't know why that's really on my mind right now, but Marcus is so steady and so consistent for all of the reasons I've said before. I mean, he is just grind day in, day out, not complain, and no matter what I'm feeling, I'm still gonna do what I have to do. And I think that's really cool. I'm gonna say that Marcus would be a rest area sign. Because it's like if I've had a long day or had a hard day or I'm stressed, I just know that I can come to him and give my brain a rest, and I can trust him to take care of things when I am down. And just like a bathroom does when you're on a long drive. Do you guys have a song? We kind of don't. We kind of have very different music tastes. There are a lot of songs that remind me of him, so I would say a lot of songs with really good guitar parts. Anything. I have the songs that he plays on guitar memorized, but I wouldn't say that we have a song for a relationship. I knew that Marcus was the one when he jumped off a cliff for me. It was March of last year. We went bungee jumping together, and it was on that trip that we first started talking about marriage. I had been thinking about it for a couple months before, but it was just traveling with him and being with him, in a different place, and doing something scary and exciting with him. It was just, I want to do this for the rest of my life. And also seeing him with kids, with my family and my nieces and nephews, I want that for the rest of my life. He's the only one. What are you most excited about after marriage? I would just say we've been together for over a year and a half at this point, and it's been limbo for a year and a half of kind of starting to merge our lives together, talking about our future life, and I just cannot wait to get started, to move in together, to live together, and to have our life. It's no longer me and him, it'll just be us against the world from here on out. I want to start everything. I think everything will get easier and so much more fun when we can do it together. So that's what I'm most excited about.